JoJo has fun.
Sup, y'all? It's your boy. This is Kim Martell, and this is JoJo Has Fun Sans JoJo. It's just me and Jeff, mano y mano, playing some Astroneer.
No JoJo's allowed on this playthrough.
Yeah, we actually have I have a sign on my door that's written with some letters are backwards.
Yeah, it's really cute. There's like some sticker stars on there, and there's like a picture of a robot making a sad face, and it says no JoJo's allowed.
Yeah. So
JoJo
that's how you know.
So this is Astroneer. I loaded this up for some reason, don't know why, but it is on the Xbox Game Pass, which I am trying out again because it's a bunch of games, and this is one of them. And I don't really know what this game is. It seems like it's No Man's Sky, but cartoony. So let's find out. Okay,
We're
real
hoping
question.
for a cute, sandboxy No Man's Sky.
Do we want to do tutorial, or do we want to just jump into it?
JoJo never does tutorial. Let's do an un-JoJo episode, and let's play the tutorial.
Let's give this game a fair shake before we start ripping into it. It's cute. It's colorful.
Exit.
Okay.
Exit.
Okay. I mean, exit. Oh, there I am. Basic controls.
Okay.
Walk. Okay. Gaming has prepared me for this moment my entire life.
Oh, there's a wrecked rover.
Oh, wrecked rover.
Approach to tether. Oh, jump.
I'm suffocating. Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Run.
Approach the
Okay, you
tether to
tether.
interact with it. Okay.
Okay, so why would you tether over there?
I don't know. This game seems more complicated than I was expecting. I might be bad at this. Move the tether onto the blue hologram. Where's the blue hologram? Oh, over
Reconnect
here.
the tether to the rover's oxygen supply.
There we go. Place tether. Doink. I was thinking for a second there because it said that there was a rover that crashed. Kim, have you seen the photo of the upcoming live-action Clifford the Big Red Dog movie?
Of Clifford?
Of Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I think it's just, isn't it just like a golden retriever that they've sort of put a red
Made bigger.
filter on and made big?
Yeah. Maybe they didn't even do that. They might just be using forced perspective, and the cameras are just it's like what they did with the Hobbit movies. Whoa, what the shit's happening? This game is complicated. I don't know what's happening. I thought I'd be fighting monsters and having adventures, but so far,
I'm sure you're gonna have some issues, but first you got to lay this pipe.
if you want to fight some monsters, first you got to lay a little bit of pipe.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
reminds me a little bit of maple sugaring. Have you ever seen the pipes involved or the tubing involved with maple sugaring?
I don't know what that is, so no. Please explain
Oh.
it to me.
So it's tubes. This seems wildly complicated, but it's totally true.
Okay.
So you know how I don't know if you've ever seen like a Currier and Ives or some sort of old photo or picture of a maple tree with a bucket, tapped
Yeah,
into
for
it
the maple
to get,
syrup. That's how we
for
get
the
it.
maple syrup,
Yeah.
right? Well, that's not how we do it anymore.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's way too much fucking work. And so what you do is you tap a tree and then you put a pipe or it's a plastic tubing, and then you take that plastic tubing and you run it to another tree, and then you tap that tree, and then you run it to another tree, and this tubing runs all over the woods into the sugar house, and they all run down into the sugar house. Which, of course, if like an animal walks through, that's a fucking problem.
I'm confused. This seems more complicated than just simply putting a spigot into a tree and then getting the sweet maple out of it one at a time.
Because it's not sweet maple. It's like nasty, watery syrup. Nasty. It's not syrup. It's sap. It's nasty, watery, dirty tasting sap that kids pee into sometimes.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why do kids
sorry.
kids pee in it when it goes into the bucket out of the spigot, or kids pee somehow into the tree?
They pee into the bucket.
Okay. Those kids.
I know.
Kids today.
Kids today. Well, that was us before.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But-
I've had many a wild nights peeing into maple syrup buckets. Believe you me.
But it's just it's like a lot of treading through the woods, and sometimes there's 3 or 4 feet of snow, and you can't get to your bucket, and so it's just
You gotta
because
go.
maple
When
syrup
you gotta
has
go,
to
you gotta
be-
go. You can't.
No, I mean that's why they switched to the lines rather than the buckets, because it's hard to get to the buckets, and it's a pain in the ass. Farmers, for some reason, a lot of farmers, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Is this an
This is what
anti?
this
Is this
reminds
an
me of.
anti-farmer rant from you, Kim, right now?
No,
Is this-
not at all. I'm very pro-farmer, pro-small farmer.
Okay. What about big farmers, Kim? Which big farmers?
Anti-big farmers.
Anti-big farmers. Define for me the difference between what makes a big farmer. Like Clifford the Big Red Dog. Define for me what makes a big farmer.
It's not at all like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Okay.
Because they're like a completely different animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because it's not like, oh, it's just like it's like a small farm, but on a larger scale. It's like, no, to become a big farmer, you have to exploit somebody. To become a small farmer, like your parents died and you got their farm. To become a
Which
big
you did
farmer,
not want. You wanted to move to the city and you wanted to
Right.
start a career out there and
but
marry
you
the
feel
girl.
obligated.
Yeah, now you have to stay here with all the fucking pigs and slop and be a small town farmer.
Yeah.
While Jeremy, the big town farmer, is making money
Yeah.
hand over fist.
Yeah.
What is the most not successful? Also, I don't know if you know, but I'm mining this macaroni and cheese.
And I love it. I bet it's a delish.
What's the most lucrative big farm business? Like, what's the thing?
Probably Black Angus beef.
Okay. Why is that something that you're assuming, or you've read somewhere on the Twitter or in your
Well, I just know
Farmers
that
Weekly almanac?
they're very valuable, and they take up a lot of land and resources, and people still do it. So, and there's like no subsidies for that. Like there's tons of corn subsidies, there's milk subsidies, but nobody's given anybody any money. You know, the poor Black Angus beef farmers are not, they're not asking for money from the government. They're doing just fine.
And they're a proud folk. Those Black Angus beef farmers. They're a proud.
And I knew a doctor whose parents were Black Angus beef farmers, and she was doing quite well.
So she was a doctor, and her parents were Black Angus beef farmers.
Yeah.
Wow, what a silver spoon kind of lifestyle there, Jesus.
Right.
Wait, so she decided to avoid going into.
She didn't want to be a farmer.
She did. I'm trying to think of the benefits. I mean, obviously, the benefits of being a farmer is you feed
because
people.
when you're a large farmer, you're not actually farming. You're like doing paperwork. Well, your workers who you don't give health care, work a substandard life.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between a large farmer and a small farmer. Are you the one working the substandard life, or are you forcing somebody to do it for you and benefiting from that?
Are you waking up at 4 a.m. every day to go and milk those Black Angus boy cows, those Black Angus bulls?
Get that sweet Rocky Mountain yogurt.
Sweet Rocky Mountain yogurt. Or are you forcing somebody to go out and do it for you, and you're just sitting back drinking your sweet Rocky Mountain yogurt?
Sweet pineapple flavored Rocky Mountain yogurt.
What am I doing here? I'm supposed to be building some sort of ramp.
You're building a ramp. So you're molding the ground like clay.
It's hard, Kim. Is
like
this
hard clay.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? It's got a tumor.
Kim? This is Gaia, Mother Earth, and I can't help it if she
say it's not a tumor.
It's not. It's Kim. It's not a tumor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I got here. Enable cursor. Say it's
Thank
not.
you.
Say it's not a tumor. Say it's not a tumor. It's not.
Fudge out of
Yeah,
here.
the goal is to get the fudge out of here. I have grown up here farming this soil for my entire life, and I want to go to some big city to become a doctor, and I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm holding to enable cursor. It is.
What's Danielle up to right now?
Oh, she's napping. Okay, there we go. Got the cursor. Oh, and now I can enter it. Oh shit, here we go.
Okay, go inside.
Launch into
What's in there?
orbit.
Launch.
Oh, I need a thruster. God damn it. Now, so I got in here and I can't even get away now. Okay.
All right.
So,
Now go get a thruster.
okay, let me just go to the store. Hold on. Kim, was there anything that your parents wanted you to grow up to be?
My dad wanted me to be a lawyer. My mom, I think, just didn't want me to be a prostitute.
Oh, so they're both disappointed in some way, shape, or form.
No way, I'm not a prostitute.
You kind of landed somewhere in the middle of both of those things, I think.
Unemployed.
With a baby, Kim. Jesus. Print a small printer from your backpack. That seems a little bit redundant. Close catalog. Open backpack.
Like when you take a book and you take it apart to make a smaller book.
Yeah, a small book. When you get a big rock and you want a rock, but it wants to be smaller than the big rock, so you get a small rock out of the big rock.
Smash the big rock,
Smash the
make
big
a small
rock.
rock.
There's a whole bunch of small rocks. You put those small rocks together, though, you get a big rock.
Yeah, I hit Pip on the head real hard. Now I have 3 toddlers. Slightly younger than my original toddler.
If only. Actually, I just think about how horrible it would be if babies were any smaller than they already are. Like, what if human babies were kind of like other animals, where they pop out like the size of a goddamn penny, and they grow into being like a regular human size, but for a good, like, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, they're just penny size, and you got to keep track of them.
Well, I had read essentially like there's this theory or book or whatever, and it's a book, but it's based on the theory of the 4th trimester. The idea that like
It sounds like ominous as shit for some reason.
Well, it's because so we have to give birth when we do, because the child gets to a point where it will not leave our bodies without killing us. And sometimes it still does.
It somehow at that point it finds a knife in the womb.
Yeah.
And it just starts going
well,
to
and
town.
then so really it's not cooked yet at that point. We should have a gestation period of a year, but we kick them out when they're not ready. And so that's why like children in the first 3 months are such fucking wrecks, is because they're really not ready to be out yet.
I don't think Pip's how old now? 2.5?
He's 3.
Yeah, I don't think he's
Jeff.
ready now. I think he needs to go back in for a while.
I should still be gestating. And in fact, he still doesn't weigh the amount of weight that I gained during pregnancy. He's still 10 pounds lighter than what I gained, and he's 3.
You know what? It's all muscle though, right? I mean,
I know. I got totally jacked. It was I was a really really scary jacked pregnant woman.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't. They were like, we have to do a C-section, and then you just, by the force of will and the muscles in your abdomen, shot him out. Yeah, through the belly button. So I'm kind of stuck. What's this stuff? I don't know what this is.
You know what? It's actually a lot easier to spell aluminum if you pronounce it aluminium.
Yeah, the British were onto something.
Do they also say Wednesday? Because
how do they say rendezvous? I'm confused.
So aluminium is it's a rendezvous. It's refined resource. You refine it.
Shit, I made 2 small printers, Kim. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. Now I know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Yep. I'm just going to re-gift this small printer that I made. Hold on.
Well, we've decided that that's essentially what Boxing Day is, because that's what I learned from my aunts, is because they'd be like, Happy Boxing Day, and then they would give us gifts that other people gave them that they didn't really want, like food that they didn't like, or like a candle that they didn't like the smell of, or a soap that they didn't like the smell of or something. But it was all like really good stuff. But apparently Boxing Day traditionally is the day in Britain that upper class people would give the day after Christmas off to their servants. And so, but like it totally makes sense that like the next day, and then they would give a box to go home to the servant. The upper class people would give a box to the servants to bring home to their families, and whatever they were giving them was just shit they didn't want.
Yeah.
So like leftovers from the dinner.
Yeah,
that they had
it's
been
gonna be like
cooked.
half a turkey leg type of shit. Cable plug.
And so that's what Boxing Day is. And I actually really support that idea. I think it's a great idea if you get something for Christmas that you don't really want, but you know somebody who would want it. Be like, oh, happy Boxing Day. I got this thing. So like my dad baked me like, I'm going to say 7 dozen cookies, and they're really good. But I have 4 pies upstairs, brownies, donuts, 2 loaves of bread, a banana bread and a pineapple cranberry. I don't need 7 dozen cookies. And so I've taken some of them, and I'm going to be giving them to some friends tomorrow.
Happy Boxing Day.
Exactly. Happy Boxing Day. Here's some really good cookies
that
were given to me.
That I did want.
But I do want them. I know that I won't eat them and they'll go bad.
But you have a child, Kim. I thought cookies were like a child's thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him 7 dozen cookies. He's already going to be fat, okay?
Is it just you or everyone you know that can only do things in dozens? Like you only eat a dozen eggs. You can only receive 7 dozen cookies. Anything that's in a mass around your entire life is in such large quantities. Why is that, Kim?
I don't know. Because I'm so rich.
Kim, I'm going to just walk in this direction.
Okay, keep going.
Because I'm not going to lie. I don't know what's happening. I couldn't even return the small printer to my backpack. So I'm just going to go out here.
Why don't you mine these resources? They look nice.
Kim, again, I don't know how to. Oh, no,
Touch
my tether.
'em.
Oh, God,
I'm dying.
Oh, no,
you're dying. You're dying.
I just want to, you know what? I'm tired of this game being like my mom and dad and telling me that I have to build things and survive.
Cut it off.
I'm just going to cut it off. Yeah, fuck it.
I have an issue, not with the eggs. I have a real issue.
Okay, no one brought up the eggs. That was you, but sure. Look, I have a problem. It's not my drinking, but I have a problem.
So I have a problem with, we're going through a phase right now. So Pip really loved mac and cheese. And then he wouldn't eat Kraft anymore, and then he wouldn't eat Annie's anymore, and then he'll only eat the Kraft Deluxe shells.
Oh, fancy little Pip.
Right, or the Velveeta,
the ones that come with the sauce already made, basically.
Yeah, the mixed. Yeah, he likes the really cheesy sauce, but now he won't eat it once it's been microwaved. It has to be fresh.
Your child is quite the dapper gentleman now, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Good,
yeah,
good for microwave mac and cheese.
Yesterday he ate like 2 cups worth of lobster macaroni and cheese.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I bought myself for a holiday because it was not just producer Danielle's birthday, but Mike's father's birthday. They share a birthday, and so for our dinner, I got some lobster mac and cheese for myself, and Pip decided that, wow, lobster mac and cheese is actually quite good, and so he ate all of my lobster mac and cheese, and then the little turd at 12:45 in the morning vomited all of my mac and cheese all over his bed.
Does he have a shellfish allergy, Kim?
I hope so. No, I think it was just too rich for him. Kids throw up for stupid reasons.
They're like
they don't
cats.
throw up for like yeah, they don't throw up for normal, like it was
They don't
bad
throw
and
up
so
for
it made 'em-
drinking reasons. They only throw up for food related reasons.
I said normal reasons, but I meant
You
drinking.
meant drinking.
Yeah.
They didn't take too much Molly and then watch the wall and then throw up like a normal person.
Yeah, exactly.
Do drugs make
So-
you throw up ever? I haven't taken many drugs in my time, and I don't know if there's any.
Shrooms will make you throw up.
Okay.
If you eat something and then you take shrooms, you'll you got to eat them on an empty stomach because they'll
seems,
make you really.
But I would assume, like, is it like alcohol where then it would be more potent because I don't have anything in my tummy to counteract the shrooms?
I don't know.
We should do some experiments. Kim, I need you to get on this. Can you please get some shrooms from somebody in Alabama? Which I don't know who that would be.
I don't know either.
You should go on next door and just be like, just be really coated with it. Just be like, my name is Mario, and I'm gonna need a mushroom for some adventuring to the castle, if you know what I mean. Also,
You know what's weird is you can buy the spores for mushrooms. I think we've talked about this. You can buy the spores for mushrooms in the state of Alabama for research purposes. As long as you don't grow them, you can buy them.
but who's
And this
yeah,
is like
that seems kind of dumb because it's like who's using shrooms for non? Technically, I'd say every time that somebody takes mushrooms, they are quote unquote experimenting. So it would
Yeah,
always
but
be.
they're just the spores. Like you're supposed to be able to look at them under a microscope. You can't grow them.
How do you
But in
how
the
do you turn
state
it
of
into a mushroom
California-
you can eat? How do you turn it into a mushroom that you can eat? Do you have to like water it, sing to it? What?
You have to put it in this like cake of soil and then keep it hydrated at like a 90% hydration, and it has to be at least 70 degrees, and it has to be
Jesus.
like a good airflow.
Or you just know a guy named Craig who happens to have them, and you buy them from him and his in his
But
Cadillac
then you
that
have
he
to
parks
hang out
out
at
front.
Craig's house for like 3 hours.
I remember I had a friend over who, pre-weed being, legal times, came over and was like, oh, I'm going to get some weed. I'm going to have my dealer stop by here, which was my apartment at the time. And I was like, this is awkward. And she was like, all right. She's like, well, I have to go hang with him for a while in this transaction. She was gone for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's an awful. It was like an unspoken rule. I swear, people.
It's like being
used to sell
upheld
weed.
hostage. Like,
Yeah, people used to sell weed for the social interaction, and it was like you were obligated. If you were buying weed from this person, like it was like you weren't a true friend.
Was the fear that they were going to rat you out to the coppers? Was that
No,
the
they
issue?
were going to be less. I think that it was like
It wasn't going to be
couple of
kind
things.
weed anymore. It was going to be surly weed potentially.
no, like there was a couple of things. So like for me, you felt kind of obligated because that person didn't want you to feel like they didn't want to feel like they were being used
Okay.
for their weed, which they were.
You're
They're
a
weed
you're a business
guy, yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Kim, I'm just
But
going to
they
drill
wanna
down.
feel-
This is what's happening right now.
Okay, cool. Drill down.
Just gonna go
They
straight
didn't
to
wanna
the center
feel
of
like
the
they
earth.
were being used for their weed, but also like you wanted to have the feeling that like that they were kind of your friend because then you'd think like, oh, you're going to get a better deal, right? And they're not
Right.
going to fuck you over if they're a friend.
Right.
But then you never wanted to be friends with these people because they were so weird.
You just want their weed. That's
right,
what you
because
want.
they're weed dealers. That's how you know them. I remember
we didn't meet at the country club, and then I found out that you happened to sell weed. Have you ever
No.
Have you ever met somebody and then it was like a bonus? Like you met somebody, you're like, all right, this person's kind of cool. I guess we can hang. And you find out that they sell weed. It's like, all right, it's like a friends
Yeah.
with benefits kind of situation. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
That happened at my last job. I was like, you're the only person I like. And then I found out that they sell weed. And I'm just like,
it's because they're high all the time. How do I pick up? I need to pick this thing up. I don't think I've never purchased weed from a dealer, ever.
really?
Yeah.
I've had so many awful experiences purchasing weed from dealers. One of the weirdest was I went over to somebody's house, and I'm always like second string in this situation. Like a friend is getting weed, so I'm like, oh, I'll throw in, and we can. And they're like, well, then you have to come hang out. And I'm like, oh, got me.
I'm so antisocial, but I want to get high.
Well, no, because they're like, we'll hang out, and then you say that you have to go, and I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Because yeah. It's the
'Cause you have to
unspoken
hang
rule.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just shit your pants, Kim, and then we'll say we have to go.
So we went to this person's house, and it was like in our what my hometown's version of projects was. And there were like two of them, and both places had weed dealers. And I went to this place, and like there are two small children there. And
Weed babies, as we are known.
yeah, and there was a girl there that was like our age, and she was like, "Oh my God, Kim, hi!" And I was just like, "Hey!" Like instantly, like I'm supposed to know you. And apparently, we went to high school together, and we were friends in her memory. And like there were 103 people in my grade.
So it's really hard to forget somebody.
Yeah, so like. And like I was one of them. So that leaves 102 possibilities. And then if you cut out valedictorian and salutatorian, we're really getting way down to the amount of people. Like, and she like knew shit about me. So it wasn't like she just remembered us being amiable. Like she was like, we must have had classes together. Maybe we ate lunch together. I have no fucking idea who this
She
girl
was your first kiss, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe like we should totally. And this was I guess it must have been pre-Facebook.
I would assume, yeah, Facebook was much later, unless you were a
No,
fancy
my
kid.
Facebook, my college was like the fourth college to get Facebook.
Oh, lottie fucking da, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
it was very
Did
strange.
they know that you smoked weed, Kim? Because they probably wouldn't have let you on Facebook. Although
Well,
people
they did-
probably, I don't think they had a messaging service on Facebook at that time. It's so weird to think that Facebook was just like MySpace at the time.
Yeah, so Facebook was originally it caught on because colleges used it to monitor their students.
Hell yeah.
When you signed on, you agreed that the college could look at your Facebook and look at your interactions. And the idea was it was supposed to be a safety thing where they could find out about parties and they could find about who was at parties so that if something happened,
They could call your
and
mom
then,
and
like,
get you in trouble.
Like I had a friend who would like he applied to be an RN or an RA. What is a
I think
resident
it's
assistant?
resident assistant, RA. The
Resident
ones who
assistant.
narc.
Yeah, the ones that narc. And they called him in and they were like, so Peter, could you explain these photos? And they
Peter.
had printed out all these photos of him hanging out like bong adjacent. But like none of them were of him like actually
None of them doing the
drugs.
bong. It's just like he showed up and the bong was there and he was like, this is awkward.
Yeah. Well, and like, so he was like, well, I don't really know what you want me to explain. And they're like, well, were you doing drugs in these photos? And he's like, clearly I was not doing drugs. Oh, you're underground.
Look I'm down here. Look, these look kind of like Kim, it's the mushrooms. I found them.
The mushrooms, do the mushrooms. Do them.
These look a little phallic. I could probably
They
do
do.
this mushroom.
What about that stuff in the corner?
Where is it? Over here? Ooh.
Sit on it.
Rub it on my ass. Actually, it looks like I've rubbed my ass on it already.
That looks, yeah.
It has some sores.
That looks like you, that needs some antibiotics.
So should I keep? I want to keep going. I want to dig my way down to China. Is what I'm aiming to do.
Okay. Oh my God. No. There's so much more stuff.
Oh, I found something. Someone else was here at some point. What happened to them? Oh, it got overrun by something. There's a whole bunch of shit down here. I don't know how to
Oh my
use
God,
any
I
of
love
this.
it. This is great. This
All right.
would be so great if we knew how to do stuff.
I
We should
know.
have stayed in the tutorial.
Well, if we stayed in the tutorial, Kim, I'd be dead. Right now, I don't even need oxygen. Things are tight. All right.
No, why don't you need oxygen down here?
Because this is adventure mode, or it's creative mode, where it's like, hey, just have fun.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, somebody
Pick
left
up some stuff.
Somebody left their whatever this is. Can I pick this up? I've never done anything aside from weed, Kim, because I'm a big scaredy boy. And
Oh, me too. Me too.
And I would at this point in time, being quarantined for 9 months, I feel like would have been the perfect opportunity to do some
Yeah,
sort
you
of
really
drug.
should have done some drugs while you were in quarantine. But like, how do you get them, right?
That's the problem. You have to know an Uber driver who knows a guy who can like give a handoff when they're delivering my chicken nuggets.
Yeah. My problem, so like when we moved to Alabama, I tried to get as many drugs as I could. But the problem was I didn't know anybody who had drugs, and it's really hard to get in on that scene.
Right.
And that's why when I find out that people like had a heroin overdose, I'm like, how?
Also, Kim, not to make you feel one way or another, but you look like a big nerd.
I do. I look like a narcosaurus.
You look kind of like Kim, you're someone's mom.
I know. I am.
Asking some cool kids who are younger than us for drugs.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, if anybody has any drugs, anything, I'm buying.
Also,
And
all of you drink some water, stay hydrated.
Yeah, make sure wear your seatbelt.
Wear your seatbelt.
Put on a jacket before you go outside. I don't care. Put on a jacket. I don't care. Go get a jacket.
When you come and bring me my drugs, I need you to make sure that you are wearing a seatbelt and also don't talk to the police.
Yeah. Don't text and drive
Don't text
unless
and
it's
drive.
to tell me you're on your way, and that's OMW with
DRUGS.
exactly.
So I know who it is. On my way, who is this? Oh, drugs.
I'll have you in my phone as Tyler who sells me drugs. Ooh, deeper.
Yeah, I'm way down here. I thought I would have. What the shit is this?
Oh.
I wish I had a regular gun that I could shoot things with. I can't do anything with this
Why not?
tunnel.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, I picked that up. What is this? What? What? Oh, it's a research mineral. I'm gonna hold the scan. Shit. Fuck. Come back. No.
Get it. Get it.
Oh, God. Alice down the rabbit hole. Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
no,
no,
there it
no.
is.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Okay, I think it stopped. I don't think there's a hole. We're way down here. This planet's bigger than I thought it was.
So have you ever... So do you know what a pacifier is? It's the thing that like a baby puts in its mouth.
Kim, I'm... for real?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I know what a fucking pacifier is. I don't think anyone...
Okay.
There was a movie that Vin Diesel started. It was called The Pacifier.
Okay, so...
Oh,
Follow-
shit.
follow
oh,
my-
Oh, my God.
Follow my lead.
Okay.
Is that space?
I don't know. I'm in some really
so-
deep cavern now.
Jump onto the mushrooms.
Okay.
It's just like drugs.
Is this what happens?
Yes. No, mushroom. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be scared of this is what happened.
Just a boingy. So some people refer to pacifiers. So I refer to pacifiers as binkies. That's what my family calls them.
Yeah, and I've heard that term before as well.
Michael's family
Mm-hmm.
calls them plugs.
That's unfortunate.
I think that we should call butt plugs pacifiers.
Yeah. So when
I think that's excellent.
So when you ask your spouse for the pacifier for the baby, they have to be like, which one?
Well, obviously you're not going to give the baby the mommy's pacifier.
Mommy's special pacifier.
By the way, mommy's pacifier is going to be the name of my first butt plug.
Oh God! And it looks just like a. Wait. So what would it be made of? Glass? Would it be made of porcelain? Because a pacifier.
No, it would be made of it would be made of something that could go in the tub. I don't, not that I'm going to bring it in the tub, but I always think that they should be water.
This is getting
resistant.
too fucking real right now, Kim, and I do not appreciate it. You're giving me
No, I
a
mean,
bunch of
that's-
information I didn't ask for.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying like for my own use. I'm saying when I have a company where I make butt plugs.
Right. So I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say when I have company over, and I'm like, they didn't bring their own
Company
butt
over.
plug, so I have to let them borrow one of the guest butt plugs.
They can have mommy's butt plug.
If you, what's this? It's green. If
mommy's pacifier.
what? This is a big boy. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I can burn through it.
Has anyone ever told you a horrible scuba diving story about somebody dying?
No, Danielle went scuba diving before.
Yeah.
And the way that she describes some of her experiences, and also just like hearing about scuba diving in general, I don't know why. I mean, I get why people do it. It sounds like the scariest thing that you could ever do in your entire life.
I have the amount of people that I've spoken to who know people who have died scuba diving.
What
is
kills them?
Lack of oxygen.
Well, I guess that's the easy.
And then one time, somebody had a massive heart attack underwater. Like it would have
Yeesh.
happened anywhere, but it just happened to happen while they were scuba diving.
They're like, doctors signed a waiver for them to go and do it, or Jesus?
No, they were. These are all like because for some reason I just know like a lot of pilots, and so a lot of pilots they're people who like high risk activities, and so they they have the scuba diving equipment and they go and they scuba dive together. And one of them had a massive heart attack and
That's scary.
died in front of the other guy.
Didn't even give the sharks a chance to kill you. They had to get a heart attack. That's lame.
And then there was a scuba instructor here at the university, and he took a bunch of kids out scuba diving, and apparently he was much larger than the tank was equipped for.
Oh, so he ran out?
He suffocated in front of the kids, and none of the kids would give them their oxygen because they didn't know what was happening, and they thought that they were going to die too.
They thought he was playing a game, and
no, they thought that they were going to run out of oxygen, so they wouldn't give them.
Oh God, the guilt complex that must run through them. Holy shit!
Yeah, awful.
That's
story.
that's a I know what you did last summer type of situation.
It's just, and that, like, that, if that kind of stuff happens, I'm just like, you know what? There's enough opportunity for me to die, like, just walking around.
Yeah.
I don't need to add, like, every time I get in a car, I nearly die.
Every time I go to the refrigerator, I'm close to death. You see what my fucking diet consists of. I don't need to go scuba diving.
Oh my God, Mike and his dad are watching Holy Moly, and I can hear them, like, Mike's dad's laughing so hard he's like coughing.
Cam, we're just talking about somebody dying from lack of oxygen. Please stop him from dying in there.
I know he's.
So I'm kind of just traversing like laterally now.
Yeah, I wonder if you're gonna pop out. This has a Minecraft vibe, but it's way prettier.
Yeah, I'm scared of like the ocean and large bodies of water. I'm barely a swimmer.
Oh yeah, I don't swim.
I don't have any intention of like there's definitely like a fear factor that overrides everything else. To me, I have a VR headset. I've got a good imagination. I don't need to jump into the water. And then I see occasionally those videos of people who are, I don't know what you call it, like free diving or something, where they go in without a tank.
Is it called free basing?
Is it
or
free
is that
basing?
The drug thing? One of them is free basing. One of them is base jumping. Base jumping.
It's like I saw one where a guy jumped into, it was like the quote unquote world's deepest swimming pool. Oh. And it was like I don't know what a fathom is, but it seemed like it was about that deep. And he didn't have a tank or anything. He could just hold his breath for a long time. But what if you sneezed all of a sudden? What then? Yeah. Oh, hey, I got out.
Oh, cool. So I actually know someone, or I know of someone who died doing that also.
Jesus God. Kim, Kim, am I going to die from some horrific means because I'm your friend? What happened?
Maybe. A lot of people in my, they jumped and they hit a rock and they died.
Kim Martell, friend who died free jumping, friend who died scuba diving, friend who died from sticking too many butt plugs up his butthole.
the mommy's pacifier.
What if do people coat those in like alcohol before shoving them up in there?
Well, I think anyone can put alcohol up their butthole, Jeff.
Well, I'm flying now.
Oh, neat. So, what was I going to say about I used to go to this abandoned mica mine, and it had because it hit water, and so it filled up with water, and it was 190 feet deep, and like I can't swim really, so I would just hang out on the corner and put my feet in the water, and like there's signs everywhere. They're like no trespassing, and there's actually like a creepy old man that like watches the mine, and if he catches you,
that's
you have to run.
That's a bad look for him.
No, but he's supposed to be the
arbiter,
the
basically.
But he's so scary. No, this was like 20 years ago. This is not like 2 months ago I was hanging out at the abandoned mica mine. But the guys used to jump off these huge cliffs into the water.
Yeah, scary.
But they were like where the trucks would go in before it hit water, there were like roads of mica that had been cut out. And so like if you didn't jump far enough, you were going to fucking die. And so like they were like, okay, Kim, well, since you're sitting at the bottom, if one of us hits the edge, you come get us. I'm like,
no, you'd be like, how about I go get the fucking ambulance? What am I going to do?
Like, what the fuck am I going to, like, I can't even swim over to you. You expect me to, drag your crippled body out of the water.
We would have been terrible children in those like 80s movies who do those like fun summer camp experiences where they jump into the big lake and they use the tire swing or whatever. I'd be like, no, I'm gonna play
I'll be
DOS
over
games.
Here.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was enough of a thrill that there were like these tiny minnows, and they would come and like they would bite your little toes, and they were so small and cute, and like that was for me, that was like all I could handle, because I knew if there were teeny tiny minnows who were biting my feet, 100 feet down, there was like freaking sharks.
That was your version of living dangerously. You're like, maybe I'll get some fucking minnow powers from these things, but there's probably bigger ones down there.
Big minnows.
I think I'm trapped down here. I don't think I know how to get out. I think I needed to dig a hole, and I didn't do that. So now, this is where we live. This is actually
Did you just see fish go by?
No, that was dirt that I knocked away.
Oh.
I guess I could try to dig up. It's just it seems I've been digging down for a good at least 20 minutes. So
yeah, maybe this is where we end. Maybe
Yeah.
this is where we end the episode. This has been a really chill experience that I've had here with you today.
It's been a little psychedelic. Like we had some drug talk, but all the visuals sort of are mushroomy and bright, colorful stuff. So
What was the game that we did while I was on mushrooms that I was like absolutely losing my fucking mind
I
over?
kind of assume that every game we play, you're on some sort of drug. So that's a hard question to answer. I don't remember, Kim.
I can't remember what it was, but it was
it's
like
so weird that you can't remember the game we played when you were on mushrooms.
Well, because the thing is, like, I had like almost completely come down, and so it really surprised me that I was like, everything that happened, I just like thought was the funniest.
Well, Kim, it was probably because me and JoJo were talking so much, and you were just like, I have to be on drugs. This is just so funny. These guys are so
I know,
funny.
It's blowing my mind.
I have to be on some sort of illegal substance to find it this funny. So this has been Astroneer. We hope you enjoyed this chill. This is the day after Christmas. This is coming out on the 26th.
So I hope that you got what you wanted for Christmas, and it was a Steam gift card, and then you went and you bought this game, but then you were like, I need to watch a tutorial, and then you found us, and then you were like, well, this isn't what I wanted, but I guess I'll listen to them for an hour anyway.
And now you're
better at the game.
Now you're just like, well, there's my holiday wasted. Fantastic. Happy holidays, everybody. We hope you had a good.
Yeah, you don't have to visit your family this year. Congratulations.
Congratulations, we did it.
Nobody can make you feel bad.
And if they try, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. And not literally.
Yeah.
They're your family.
Yeah.
You gross bastards.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.